Have you ever felt like the chaos of life just keeps pulling you away from your goals? Trust me, I've been there too. But today, I want to share how sticking to a regimented schedule isn't about, being rigid, right? It's more about having freedom to achieve what truly matters most. Hey guys, so I'm Jarod Lehn, founder of Socialtopia, and this is Fit for Business, episode 57. Today's episode is really all about inspiring you guys, entrepreneurs, fitness enthusiasts, and busy professionals to really help master the art of discipline and achieve balance throughout their lives. You know, the type of balance I think you'll get what I'm talking about here. I want to explore how two key traits will serve really as a foundation for what I think could be personal growth and professional success, if that's what you're looking for. So I think this episode is really packed with actionable insights, relatable strategies, and I say relatable where everyday people like you and me can adhere to them. I think this episode is really going to deliver, hopefully, that motivation you're seeking here in the new year, still in 2025. I guess we can still say new year, even though it's February. I want to deliver motivation that can help you guys tackle challenges, prioritize your goals, and really create a life that's productive as it is fulfilling, right? So let's get ready, loosen up, listen to this episode, take control, and let's thrive. And the sense of thrive is whatever you're trying to thrive in life, right? So let's start so having a set schedule, in my opinion, is one of the most effective tools for you achieving success, and whatever that term success means to you, right? So whether you're looking to carve out time for these specific tasks, from work obligations, right, to self-care, you're really creating some type of sense of structure that can help you stay focused, right? And be purposeful throughout the day, right? A schedule isn't just about staying busy. That's not what we're saying. It's not about writing out your list or having a to-do list, right? Some may argue that they don't use that, or some may say they don't use a CRM, depending upon what type of business. But it's really about being more intentional with your time, right? And ensuring that your priorities are always front and center, right? So think about what a priority to you is in life, right? Today, are you married? Do you have kids? Do you have pets? Do you have other obligations that are your priorities that take front and center? This episode is to help you kind of set a clear path, right? As to like, how can I make these things a priority and pile on work with that? So with a clear plan, guys, you can really reduce that feeling of being overwhelmed. Normally, I know from my experience, if I feel overwhelmed, for me, that means maybe I'm putting off something that should be done, that needs to be done immediately, and I'm putting that off. We all know what we're talking about. And maybe putting off something is like doing the dishes that are in the sink, folding the laundry, the dreaded laundry that parents are kind of like in that rat race, right? We all know what I'm talking about if you're a parent. It's that fight or flight kind of sense, right? So with a clear plan, you hopefully can be able to reduce that feeling of being overwhelmed and stay back on track, even when life throws unexpected challenges your way, which they will. For me, again, personally, I found that consistency in small, everyday decisions that I make, right, make a big difference for me. So what do you got? So Jarod, what are you talking about, right? For example, I eat, right? This is where I'm going to go with this. I eat the same breakfast, day in and day out. The same with lunch every day. So some of you might be rolling your eyes. I know I get it from internal family members. At first glance, it seems mundane, right? But in my brain, I associate it with this. This habit limits unnecessary choices and allows me to focus on bigger, more complex decisions that are truly going to matter, right? So in these predictable routines, whether it's meals, workout times, or my morning ritual, that act as an anchor, creating a stable foundation, right? In an otherwise unpredictable world. Let's face it, it's unpredictable. Like literally on Monday, somehow my phone fell out of my pocket and I fucking ran it over. Yes, I said that before. It happened previously a few years ago, and it's happened again this year in 2025. Was it annoying? Yes. Was it irritable? Yeah. It didn't ruin my day, so to speak. It didn't ruin my life. I'm still here. I got my phone fixed that day. Went to the gym, banged it out. Literally, I was putting my daughter in the car somehow, some way, somewhere. It fell out of my pocket. And I noticed as I was driving my daughter to school, I said, hey, I don't have my phone, right? Most of us, like, my main thing in life is like, I have my children, I make sure they're with me, right? And then, hey, I'll admit it. I own a business. I, want to make sure my phone is with me, right? And it wasn't there. And it's like, all right, maybe I left it on the dresser. And a little in the back of my mind, preemptively, I was saying, I really, really hope that what happened last time didn't happen again. And sure enough, I got home. I saw the black otter box on the driveway. And I was like, shit, I ran it over. And sure enough, I ran it over and the screen was shot. And that's what I meant by the unpredictable world we live in. You never know what's going to happen. Could I have prevented that? I'm sure in some way, shape, or form, I could have. Probably not the best idea for me, knowing to put it in my coat pocket because things always fall out of my coat pocket. That said, life isn't static, right? It's really important to maintain a mindset of flexibility, right? Like missing a step in your schedule now and then isn't a failure. It's life. The key is to not lose the sight of that structure that brings you balance. Like for me, I was never ex-militarized. I wasn't in the military. I wasn't in the service, wasn't a first responder. So I got a lot of people that ask me that time and time again. Are you ex-military? Are you on the job? No, I'm not. However, I feel I would have thrived in that type of environment in some way, shape, or form because I like that structure. I like to be regimented, right? This brings me to the idea of what we call decision fatigue, right? We're constantly making choices drains your mental energy. And maybe you guys are nodding. Again, you can feel what I'm saying, right? At that midday lull or like the end of the day, you're just so mentally drained. And this is where I'm going with that. Every time you decide what to eat, every time you decide what to wear or do next, you use a bit of your cognitive bandwidth. My wife would be happy with that sentence because this is up her alley, right? By automating your routine decisions, you free up that valuable mental space to really focus on what truly matters, right? Your most high priority task and goals, right? So a well thought out schedule doesn't just keep you efficient, right? It really helps you to reserve your energy for creativity, problem solving, really, and really making an impact, right? Structure isn't about not being spontaneous, right? It's about, in my opinion, freeing your mind so you can be your best self where it counts the most, right? So take this for example. For me, working out Monday through Friday, typically 5 days a week, is non-negotiable. It's just part of my routine. It's not just about staying fit. It's my way of refueling, resetting, and grounding myself, no matter what's going on. Those early morning or lunchtime workout sessions are sacred, right? Whether it's a quick 45-minute session or a full strength training session, cardio session, this habit creates my structure in my mind, in my week, and sets a tone for everything else I do. Plus, I enjoy it thoroughly. Fitness to me isn't optional. It's the foundation of showing up as my best self, right? The impact of this commitment is undeniable. When I stick to my workouts, I see a clear boost in my productivity and my energy throughout the day. It's like flipping a switch that sharpens my focus and really helps me keep myself motivated no matter how hectic things get and what life throws at me. Even on day, again, when life throws me curveballs, late nights, back-to-back meetings, surprises, like I said before, I find my way to make it to work. Just make it work. Maybe I have to shorten the workout, but skipping it altogether isn't just an option for me. This consistency has played a huge role in maintaining my physical health and trying to help protect my overall mental well-being, right? It's my way of staying centered, managing stress, and refueling so I can tackle challenges head on, right? So, for instance, for busy working professionals, busy entrepreneurs, the key is to sticking to a fitness routine, right? And it's all about planning and the mindset. Treat your workouts like an important meeting. Schedule them in and don't cancel unless it's truly unavoidable. Let's face it, sometimes shit is really going to hit the fan and you just can't make it, whatever that priority may be. And I get it. It's going to happen. But unfortunately, try not to cancel if it's unavoidable. Start small if you need to, even if it's just a 15 home minute workout. You get outside and walk around outdoors, whether it's cold, whether it's raining. Find activities you enjoy and keep that sustainable, and experiment with times of the day that basically fit within your schedule, right? And when life gets busy, because it does, focus on progress, not perfection, because nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect, far from it. It's better to show up for something rather than nothing at all, right? Remember, fitness isn't just about the physical benefits, although it's important. It's about being someone who consistently prioritizes their well being amidst the chaos. So, this is a good one. Saying no can be one of the hardest skills to master. It can be. I know people that do very well, including myself. And for me, I think it's an absolute game changer for where I am and what I do. You know, I'll admit early on, I used to say yes to everything, whether it was a social event or a meeting, anything that came my way. But over time, I realized that probably stretching myself thin, and it was holding me back from excelling in other areas that mattered most. Now, if a commitment doesn't align with my priorities or move me closer to my goals, and it's not something to do with my family, I don't hesitate to decline it, right? It's not about being dismissive. It's not about being rude. It's really about respecting your energy and staying focused on what really is truly important. Listen, of course, there's one big area where my no rules don't really apply, and that's my family. My wife and kids come first, no matter what, hands down. Are there some things that I do turn down? Yeah, 1,000%. But 90%, I'm all in. I have to be, no matter what. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. When it comes to them, I'm much more flexible, as rightfully so. I need to be. I need to be in their lives, and I want to be. It's the foundation of everything I do. It's centered around them. You heard that. That doesn't mean I say yes to every single thing, but it does mean that they get priority over any damn thing else in my life. And balancing this with my other responsibilities hasn't always been easy. But understanding that saying yes to them often means saying no to less important things has made a huge difference in how I manage my mindset and my energy. So for anyone juggling commitments, the key is really to take a step back, evaluate what truly deserves your yes. Be honest with yourself, right? Whether it's an opportunity that aligns with your long-term goals and values, right? If it doesn't, just politely decline. It's okay to be firm while still being respectful. You can say things like, here's one. I really appreciate the offer, but I just don't have the bandwidth to give it my attention right now. Or, thanks for thinking of me, but I need to focus on other current priorities. You get it. Remember, every time you say no to something that doesn't serve you, you're really saying yes to what truly matters, right? And that, yes, is where the magic happens. Fostering balance, right? Fostering balance and discipline starts with identifying one daily non negotiable habit you want to prioritize. Maybe it's fitting in a morning workout, meditation for 10 minutes if that's your thing, or even prepping healthy lunches or meals. Whatever it is, you have to make it specific and commit it to you, right? This habit becomes your anchor, a simple, consistent action that keeps you grounded no matter how chaotic your day gets, right? By starting with one small shift, you can set the foundation for bigger changes in your routine, right? Next, take some time to create a weekly schedule, right? Block out time for meals, workouts, work session, and even breaks, family time. A schedule, it really isn't about restricting your freedom. It's about being intentional with your time so you can say yes to what counts most to you, right? When you have this clear plan in front of you, it's easier to stick to your goals and priorities and then feel like you're in control, so you don't feel like your life is total chaos and there's no structure, right? Having the structure reduces stress and last minute decisions, last minute panicking, giving you more mental space to focus on your priorities, right? Finally, challenge yourself to say no to one thing this week that doesn't serve your goals, right? Whatever that goal may be. Maybe it's an unnecessary meeting. Maybe it's a social event that really drains you, meeting up with your friends weekly or monthly. Just happen to say, hey guys, I can't be there this week. Saying no feels uncomfortable at first, and you feel like you're letting the people down, but it's one of the most powerful ways to protect your time and energy, and they'll get it. Every time you set a boundary, you're really reinforcing what truly matters to you, right? Balance and discipline aren't doing more. They're choosing what deserves your attention now, right? And letting go of the rest. Start small, right? Start small, stay consistent, and really watch how these little tweaks and steps can transform your week. Discipline and balance aren't just buzzwords. They're game changers in both your personal and professional life, right? When you build habits that align with your values, you notice, the ripple effect in your everyday life, right? You'll feel more productive, more focused, and ultimately overall, hopefully more fulfilled. It's not about, getting it perfect, right? It's about choosing to keep moving forward, even when it's challenging, right? That consistency is where growth happens. I see it. I know it. And I want you to know that every small step you take matters. So guys, before I wrap up here, I'd love to hear about your challenges, your wins, or even small habits maybe that you're working on this week. I'd love for you guys to reach out to me on Instagram or LinkedIn. My name is Jarod Lehn, at Jarod Lehn. I want to be able to cheer you on and be part of your journey, right? Remember, as you get into your work week, balance, it's not about doing it all. It's about doing what matters most, right? And as I always say, discipline creates freedom. Keep showing up, keep striving, and keep believing in yourself, right? I think you got this. I know you got this. Guys, don't forget to subscribe and share this episode with someone you think could use. Anyway, so guys, if you missed last week's episode, you can check it out in the bottom right-hand corner. Definitely, go ahead and do that. I feel like last week's episode was really good. And if you want to learn more about Socialtopia, you can click the link in the bio here at Socialtopia, www.socialtopiahq.com. We'll see you next week.